Pretty sure.
Heads up, Red. I took the liberty of notifying your ground crew of change of plans. Copy that, player. Heading for rendezvous. As soon as we lose the
We're sharing. Oh, okay. Then,
I thought you ditched Interpol back on the train. I did. These stiffs are too slick for Interpol. But not sleazy enough for Vile. Hey, Zach, can you shake the tail?
I can shake it all night long.
Not your booty. The tail.
We would never hear.
Zach, they're coming in hot.
Follow at a safe distance, people.
I think they packaged the wrong ones in the bag. These are the regular ones. They're supposed to be the chocolate. Like those.
Player, about that rendezvous. First steps ahead of you, Red. 3, 2,
Hang on to your hoodie.
1. Whoa. You! Out of the way! Parlez-vous français? Move it, now! You're saying you don't like where I parked the barge! Ivy, your chariot awaits. Talk about a close shave. Sayonara, mon amigos!
All right, sis. Bring on the grub.
Whoa, were you not informed that Operation Picnic à la Parisienne was canceled?
What? Ivy? You had one little job to do while I picked up Carmen at the train station. One! Rustle up big blocks of tangy cheese and those long, fresh baked hoagie rolls.
Yum, baguettes.
Not helping, Carm.
I had my orders, little bro. Boot the buns and cut the cheese to save your bacon.
Bacon! Definitely not helping.
So, how long before you toss him off the plane? In-flight entertainment. So, we're off to Indonesia. Yep. Southeast Asian country situated between the Pacific and Indian Oceans. And get this, it's made up of 17,000 plus islands. Who knew there were that many on the planet? Did you know that all those islands contain the 4th largest population in the world after China, India, and the United States? That's a lot of mouths to feed. No doubt the reason Indonesia produces 70 million tons of rice a year. It's their staple food, player. It says here some islands are home to the Komodo dragon, the world's largest lizard. They can grow up to 10 feet long. I'll skip the petting zoo, but I've always wanted to see Wayang shadow puppetry. It's over 1,000 years old, but still performed at festivals there today. The Vile hideout you're looking for is located on Java, home to Indonesia's capital city, Jakarta. I hear it's called the Big Durian, named after their native fruit. You know, like New York City's called the Big Apple. Whoa. Spiky fruit may taste sweet and delicious, but it smells like unwashed gym socks stuffed with rotten onions. Well, that stinks. I
But it
know,
tastes
right?
amazing,
Smelly
apparently.
fruit. No, facial recognition scan drew blanks. Well, if your new fans aren't Vile, and they're not Interpol, then who are they? Apologies for the delay, Inspector Davino. I came to Paris as soon as I could.
Perfect timing, Miss Sergeant. Her victim regained consciousness only moments ago and awaits us for questioning.
Does it strike you as odd that Carmen Sandiego would harm an innocent bystander?
He is a witness. He saw her face. What more motive would she need?
Do you find it curious that he had no identification? Not even a train ticket.
The Scarlet Outlaw clearly stole the poor man's wallet.
That would certainly be a valid assumption.
Of course it would, thank you.
But petty theft seems below the station of an acknowledged super thief.
Perhaps you should stop interrogating me and save the questioning for our witness? Where did he disappear to?
According to the ledger, the subject was released.
What? By whose authority?
Chauffeured limo service. Sure beats trawling through sewer tunnels for a jailbreak, eh, mates? So, what's my next assignment? To kill the finest eclairs in Paris?
Whenever we go Nicholas, we don't do that. Oh yeah.
Thank you,
Okay,
cleaners,
and I'll
for
sit
mopping
up
up
there.
this little spill. We have Crackle in our custody, Dr. Bellow. Shall we initiate standard debriefing protocol?
Are you wondering
Doc,
how many fires
please,
is
spread yourself out
Oh,
with
someone
me.
show up.
A screen.
Professor Mastro,
Outside, I'm
I
not
happen
gonna
to
stop
be
you.
laser focused on a matter of grave urgency
I'll
right
give
now.
you the tank top.
That's not it. Nope,
It's not like that.
not that either.
But
Cute. Oh dear.
that's fine.
Where am I?
I'll call you when
Ah,
I make the food then.
Yeah.
So,
Our
I can
intelligence
show you what's in
indicates
the
that the
cabinet.
student formerly
and
known
what's
as
in
Black
there.
Sheep has departed
Oh,
from
well,
Paris and is currently
because
on
I'm
route
tired
to
of
Java,
being
where I
not
need
feel like
certain
them.
assets.
So I'm
Troubling
gonna
news, considering
yeah,
the
find
damage
you
she
how to
inflicted
take
upon our
more,
French
and then
hideaway
I'm
last
gonna
night.
turn around and
The
you're
Red
gonna tell
Rock
me how
does
much
seem
to put in.
unfair lately.
Yeah.
Fortunately, one of our fine
I wanted you to
superlatives
do
is
that.
currently stationed in the region.
All we're gonna say is give it 3 shakes and give myself a wedgie.
Drive-through. I'm gonna faint from hunger.
Yeah, you don't understand.
Just think of something other than takeout.
You know
like,
different spices come out at
takeout.
different speeds.
Right,
and shit.
much
Turn
meat.
As in,
Thank
tasting
you.
a joint.
Oh,
You
come
know,
on.
like the night we first met Common.
Right. She was casing the same joint.
What's
Who'd ever
it?
guess a South Boston donut shop would be a front for a super secret crime empire?
It's
Donuts
greasy
bakery,
again.
sure
I'm
taste vile.
sorry. No, you're good.
There. You can thank me now for ruining your appetite. Right there. Claire's intel was spot on. It's a Dr. Cerebellum R&D lab. Something tells me I don't stand for rubies.
MD don't stand for.
Something tells me I don't stand for rubies.
MD don't stand for dollars. Or donuts. Oh, Carv, you wearing a coat? In this heat?
It's like 110 degrees. A lady needs her tools.
I would be burning up in that bitch. No.
Plan A? Bring out Red Drone. Red Drone has a visual. And in she goes.
Wait, hold on. Red drone's a she?
Red Drone's awesome. Of course she's a she.
State of the art. Hey, how can anyone walk around in there with laser beams pointing all over the place?
Nobody's home. Your turn, Claire. Security camps disabled. Back door open. No guards, no lab techs. Still warm. They just left. Claire, up for a fishing expedition? Casting off.
Who doesn't finish lunch? Well, more rice bowls for me.
Zach, these aren't rice bowls. They're petri dishes filled with rice, covered in some sort of fungus. Dude, like mushrooms? Like spores. Super spores to be exact. Genetically engineered to feed on rice. I pulled the data from a folder labeled Operation Sticky Rice. What do you mean, feed on rice? Just how it sounds, Red. These super spores take to grain like termites to wood. According to Bellum's research, these organisms can wipe out entire crops in a matter of hours. A bioweapon. And if Vile cleared out because they knew we were coming, they no doubt took their entire stockpile of spores with them. Claire, can you pinpoint any likely targets? You're surrounded by likely targets. Indonesia produces 70 million tons of rice per year, remember? So, Vile wipes out some rice fields.
Order pizza? Problem solved, right?
Rice is Indonesia's staple food. If crops are destroyed, its entire population could go hungry.
Way hungrier than I'm feeling now.
So what can we do about it? We're not the grain police. We're thieves. We can see to it Bellum never gets a chance to use her super spores. By stealing them. I like it. But how are we supposed to find teeny tiny spores in a great big rainforest?
Hey, check it out. Truck tracks.
And we know they just left.
Okay, yeah.
Still doesn't click.
I figured it
What's
was
in it for Vile?
Buffalo.
Why would they go through all the trouble of engineering some crazy crisis to force a hungry population to buy Vile brand instant imitation rice at inflated prices, no doubt? They tried to feed it to us back on the island, but Vile doesn't even begin to describe how bad it was. If Dr. Bellum thinks I'll stand by while she risks people starving so Vile can make a quick buck, she has a surprise coming.
Come on.
I'll take the shortcut. Something tells me that was no Komodo dragon. Yes! Tigress, haven't seen you since Morocco, the pit. You broke my glasses. You didn't protect the face. You may want to protect yours before I rearrange it. Common's occupied. I'll take the rear. Sis! Oh, wait. Help me over here! Ivy! I'm gonna shoot you alive! Oh. Now, about that little nippet tuck. Whoa! What crawled in here and died?
Oh yeah.
Skyrocket. Dr. Bellum's bioweapon requires a launch mechanism. That would explain the fireworks you saw in the back of the truck. Those super spores must be packed into the pods of the skyrockets. Claire, where would someone go to see fireworks around here? It's not New Year's Eve. Indonesians don't celebrate the 4th of July. There is a Shadow Puppet Festival tonight. Not too far from me. Just outside of Jakarta. Let me guess. Ordering a swab of interconnected rice paddies. Swab and your second. So why is Vile sneaking around? Why not have tigers find the nearest rice crop and scatter the spores? Not Vile style. They never operate without a smokescreen, and they never show their true face. No face, no name, no fingerprints. It's as if our witness didn't exist.
Are you trying to redeem me, Sergeant? Because you're doing a sensational job of it. We know that he indeed exists, because some faceless, nameless paper pusher here at Interpol Paris approved his release.
Then perhaps you are right, Inspector. The man must have been innocent.
Of course I was right. Which means the only link I have to Carmen Sandiego is long.
It all seems very strange, as if details are lurking just out of view. Somewhere in the shadows. The fireworks finale would most likely launch from behind the main stage. I'll check it out. Meantime, Zach, Ivy, keep a lookout for oversized kitty cats.
Clear your eyes in the sky, Carm.
Until someone spikes a face plant. Dr. Bellum, bioweapons are locked, loaded, and ready to launch. Tigress, you know the rules. Nothing must seem out of the ordinary. The fireworks must launch as scheduled when the puppet show is over, and not a moment before. You do realize that means risking another surprise visit by Fedora the Explorer, or whatever she's calling herself these days. You can call me Carmen. Name calling. Another reason I unfriended you. Shoot here. Permission to break protocol and launch the spores. Dr. Bellum? Oh. Sorry. What was that? Carmen? You all
All yours, Carm.
Green bad, red good.
Naturally.
How much has gone for? Word of advice. Don't eat the tainted rice. The show must go on.
Bad pods are in a lock and key like you asked, Carm.
Let's get him far away from here after we grab a bite. Who's up for a rice bowl? My treat.
Nice job, sis.
Correct.
Oh, I did my best, but that current San Diego is one jumpy room.
Thanks to her, I am stuck with warehouses filled with imitation instant rice and no one to sell it to.
So, Tigress failed her mission too, right?
Have a seat. Please. You went to school here, Mr. Crackle. To fail is forgivable, but to allow yourself to be captured, your misstep could have put the entire academy at risk.
Wait. It won't happen again, I assure you.
We assure you that it won't.
Relax. This will turn a bit.
No, please!
Just a light tickling sensation. Then, happy days. We lost Carmen San Diego. Yes, again. She wants us to initiate Plan B.
No witness to question. No thieving scoundrel in custody, not one single red thread to pull. I pursued Carmen San Diego all the way to Paris and back, but nothing to show for my efforts.
Almost nothing.
I recommend re-examining the penthouse Miss San Diego reportedly attempted to rob here in Poitiers.
Did rob, Miss Argent. I watched our super thief spirit into the night with a stolen object stuffed in her black sack.
That many bits can't be good for an empty stomach.
Night, Miss Argent.
Before I go, you may want to check your feet.
Now. It seems you were right. I'm all out of gas.
Inspector? Where in the world did you go? Hola, Red. How's sunny Ecuador? Oh, wet. I'm sure you'll get to see more of South America after your swim. Maybe even paddle further down to Buenos Aires, Argentina. Not sure I'm ready to visit my birthplace. Not without any real clues to my past. What can you tell me about the shipwreck we're looking for? The satellite images I intercepted show you're warm. Just keep an eye out for the equator. Line. Very funny, player. The equator is a giant imaginary red line that divides our world into northern and southern hemispheres. Well, Ecuador sits right on the equator, and it looks like the South American country is known for two big exports: bananas and tuna. Oh, I wonder how a banana fish sandwich would taste. Bet you didn't know the catch of the day is always transported up the Andes Mountains to Quito, second highest capital city in the world. My nose is bleeding just thinking about it. Look back down at sea level. The 19th century trading vessel, or might have been transporting Spanish doubloons when it sunk. A big enough haul of these gold coins could be worth millions today. Which means there's a decent chance the wreck is on Vile's radar. With luck, I'll secure any valuable artifacts before Vile can scavenge them. Are all hands on deck? Surface crew is on high alert.
Fish. Oh, why'd it have to be fish?
Quota off? No one on board?
Creepy enough for you, Ivy.
Creepy enough to want a closer look. Claire, I found it. Swimming through the past. Any sign of treasure? Tons. But not the kind that would interest Vile. Scratch that. Claire, see what you can learn. Whoa, what am I hearing? Who was that? A Tobo. If the human mole is down below, it's probably the goat. Sure to be above. Wow, that really just happened.
Who are you? What are you doing out here?
We're, fishermen.
Fisher woman. Hello?
You do not sound or look like you're from around here.
Well, Boston Harbor was getting really crowded, you see.
Oops.
Come on, seriously? surface crew. Carmen needs assist.
That would not be Carmen San Diego, would it?
Carmen, San Francisco.
Jose.
San Jose.
San Francisco.
San Francisco.
San Jose.
Ivy. What's motor?
I have feed on your tracker. Keep a close watch, player. We need to hand it to you. Gracias. He says his catch is already on its way to Quito for auction, and our coin's swallowing fish with it. For a fish out of water, old yellowfin sure gets around. Right. I looked up the image of the coin. It's doubloon all right, but it is in Spanish. It's called the Ecuador 8 Escudos. So it's an Ecuadorian doubloon. It looks here like most coin hobbyists know it as the Moby Dick doubloon. Moby Dick like the book. Why would a coin be named after the famous whale? Because it's the coin that Captain Ahab carried nails to the mast of his ship, as a reward to anyone who spots the white whale that keeps evading his capture. This doubloon is starting to feel like a white whale of my own. I'm sorry. Were you speaking of the Ecuador 8 Escudos? You've heard of it? Dr. Pilar Marquez. I am an archaeologist leading an excavation team to the shipwreck. Well, if you happen to be looking for one, you'll find it down there. Not anymore. What? How do you know? You're not scavengers, are you? Coin hobbyists. Amateur. Then you may not realize that the Escudos was the first doubloon minted here in Ecuador in the 1830s, shortly after we became our own nation. Only a mere handful were ever made.
Whoa! Must be worth millions.
Despite its rarity, the Escudos does not have high monetary value, though it is of tremendous cultural value. As a symbol of Ecuador's independence, it remains one of the strongest links we have to our past.
Oh well. The fish can keep it.
We'll find it for you.
You will?
Vile has no idea how much that coin is or isn't worth, which means we need to secure it before they figure out where it's headed.
What is this? You think these can hold me? An agent of Interpol? Oh! Autographs, please.
Inspector Chase Domino, thank you for joining us. Holographic projection, the most secure method of communication. Plus, the calls don't drop.
Who are you? Why am I here?
You can call me Chief. And you are here because I understand you have recently come into close contact with a certain Carmen San Diego.
And I would very much like to get back to finding her, if you do not mind.
Well, then you and I may begin to help each other.
You are so secret, Crimson Shadow.
We're seeking an army of shadows, whom we have reason to believe call themselves vile. If Carmen San Diego is after this doubloon, it must be worth a fortune.
How very delightful to hear, Chef, because Papa needs a new pair of cufflinks.
Of course, Professor Maelstrom. A vault filled with cufflinks of every shape and color.
And gold rings for every finger. A fancy limousine or a spectacular yacht. No, wait. Your very own private golf course. I can chase away the gophers for you.
The point being, this golden trinket will enable you to buy anything your dark heart desires.
Why? I don't think you understand. I intend to melt that doubloon into a pair of solid gold cufflinks.
Melt?
But it is worthless.
To be the first on the island. Countess Cleo will be so envious.
Pedal to the metal. If that yellowfin makes it to the auction floor, we could lose it for good. Word of caution, Red. The air's pretty thin above 9,500 feet. If you don't take the time to acclimate, any one of you can get altitude sickness.
We believe that Vile has masterminded most of the major crimes of the last few decades. Everything from the manipulation of financial markets to the contamination of cheese.
And you have not been able to stop them. Why?
Try stopping something that you can't actually prove exists. In nearly 20 years, only 6 suspected Vile operatives have ever been apprehended by any law enforcement agency. Each vanished before they could be questioned, without a trace.
No leads, no threats, nothing.
Exactly. Okay, stay still. Because if I don't pull out slowly, you could wind up speaking backwards or tasting color. Joking.
And what does this vial have to do with Carmen Sandiego? She is the ringleader.
A thief who publicly flaunts her crimes, the leader of a phantom criminal empire?
Good point.
Despite the decades of amassing data via our highly advanced CrimeNet technology, Vile has remained little more than
Nice.
rumor.
I
No
didn't know
faces,
you were
no
sleeping.
names. Yet, an international
Nice.
thief springs from nowhere
Nice.
and, based on her activities, seems
wanna
to know
sit
more
with?
about them than we do. We need to learn
Hmm.
what she knows, and that means providing you with the tools to find Carmen Sandiego.
Smell that fresh mountain air.
Oh, smells like PU fish!
That's a good sign, Zach, since we happen to be looking for a fish
Arm?
Comment.
Chase Devino, leave a brief message. If this is about the love seat, it is already sold.
Inspector, it's me, Julia. I'm sorry to call again, but I would really like to know if you took the train home. Or if, like our witness, you vanished into thin air. You. Yes, it is me. You are fortunate that I found you when I did. As a baby, by the side of the road in Argentina. Oh, I always knew it was you. Please, the air is very thin up here. You need oxygen.
Okay, let us pretend that I believe your conspiracy stories. Why would I bother helping you find Carmen Sandiego? I am already with Interpol.
You don't have a choice, Inspector. Arrangements have been made with your former superiors. You're not a gumshoe anymore. Welcome to Acme.
Zach? Ivy? I encouraged your colleagues to explore the fish market, since they knew little about treating altitude sickness. Yes, I followed you. Did you think I would trust a possible scavenger with my coin? Doctor, if I'm to have any hope of retrieving your doubloon, I really need to be... Are these the tools of an amateur coin hobbyist? You helped me. Please, allow me to help you.
Find that coin already, sis. Can't breathe in here.
If you don't put a sock in it, Zack Attack, I'm gonna put a fish in it for you. The eyes, the head, the whole enchilada. Wicked awesome. Lucky number 52. Well, look what just waltzed in. Red Snapper.
Hey, don't be embarrassed, Carm. The smell of fish gets me woozy, too.
Tell me you found it. Yep. We've been scanning the tuna carts on deck for the auction floor first to make sure it didn't get past us. Then that one over there. The one they just wheeled through those doors.
300 once, 300 twice, love 51. So, Battle number 7.
Chef. Again? That guy really gets my goat. He'd ID me in an instant, with or without the code. You two need to reel it in.
How?
Bid to win.
Lot number 52, yellowfin tuna, 97 pounds.
That's our guppy.
Starting at $100. Do I hear $100? $100. Do I hear 150? $150,000. Sold. What? She said bid to win. I just won.
Not how it works, bro.
That is our tuna. Now.
We're not gonna pay for that.
Haha.
That doubloon isn't worth what you think it is. Stealing it would deprive Ecuador of a cultural treasure.
Tell it to Professor Maelstrom.
Time to whack-a-mole, bro.
We shall see who will be whacked. Oh!
Catch of the day.
I do not feel so well.
It is the altitude, mi amigo. But I have the coin in hand. Vámonos.
ACME, Agency to Classify and Monitor Evildoers. We gather data. We monitor criminals. Covertly. No one knows we exist. Not law enforcement, not Vile, not our own families. We are the only entity more invisible than Vile itself, and it's imperative that we keep it that way.
Inspector?
I have never seen her before in my life.
Your partner's pretty sharp.
Thank you, Carmen Sandiego. Someday the world will know your name. Just happy to do my part for Ecuador. Interesting to hear, coming from an Argentinian. During your fever, you mistook me for someone close to you. A link to my past. We went our separate ways. But maybe a visit home would do me some good. I have breaking news, Red. That series of art thefts we've been tracking, it's way bigger than we thought. And I have reason to believe the next one on Vile's hit list is at the Rijksmuseum in Amsterdam. Buenos Aires will have to wait.
Why?